Hey guys, what's going on? It's NapTime from Storm, and today I'm going to be bringing you an Ana video on defense Numbani. And it's just pretty much a great pick here, one of my favorites honestly, and this shouldn't be too long of a video because everything's straightforward for the most part. I'm just going to go over my positioning, my thought process, and exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, I usually have a DPS over here playing with me and a support, so sometimes we run double support DPS over here, depending on the team comp we have. If we're not running a Rein, that's what we do. If we are running a Rein, usually our support's over there. One of our support's over there, and I'm over here. Okay, so in the situation we're not running a Rein, I'll have my Lucio and a DPS up here, and we'll just support each other, you know. I just love Ana here because I can heal. It basically plays the same role as Mercy, where she can bounce back and forth and heal both sides. Except I don't really have to put myself in danger. I can just sit here, you know, shoot my team, heal them up. Typically, if there is a 6-man push coming from this hallway, the Reinhardt won't be facing this way to deal with us. He'll be more focused about what's going on here initially. Then you can grenade them. But you have to do it quick because he's going to realize what's going on. And he's going to notice he's getting shot in the side, obviously. And so you need to land that grenade quick and then make a play off that. You can possibly land a sleep. You might have to run over here to angle yourself a little better. Because some Reinhardts, they'll just sit excuse me, in this back hallway and just look down this ramp to see what's going on here. So you might need to angle yourself a little differently and land that E or that sleep. Typically I like to focus on healing here because it's a 6-man push through this hallway and these guys are going to be in trouble 100%. So I need to make sure that they're staying topped. I need to make sure that they're healthy so that when the team fight starts, you know, we're all good for an engage. Alright, so if they're pushing the far right, usually what they'll do is they'll swing around back halls. Basically they want to get to you and they want to clear out this upper section. Now, if it's a 6-man push, there's a couple things you can do here. You can stand here. Your teammates have to be able to make it over here ASAP. You need to fight this 6v6 and you can just fight. Typically what'll happen is if they do that, they usually have like a Winston or something and the Winston will jump right over straight to you with the Zarya shield. And you have a couple options here. You can back out, which I don't recommend, because then you're leaving yourself vulnerable to any DPS or anything like that. You're an easy target. You can stay here and tank it and hope your team can kill the Winston quickly. Or you can just drop down. Now if you drop down, you would have to, I would say, you know, go to point. But again, you're vulnerable to everything here. So in the event that I would drop down, I would probably come this way. That way I can still see my team. If the Winston follows me, my team can still support me. And I can still support my team from here. Now it forces the enemy team to do a couple of things. The enemy team can, with an uncontested Ana over here, I'm dangerous. Because I can keep my team alive, I can build ult, I can just tell my team, play passive, just relax. You know, we got this fight, it's cool, everything's cool. If the enemy team continues fighting that. Now, if another thing that it might force the enemy team to do is just drop onto the point. You have to remember that you're playing objective here, and they need to take this point. You don't need to do anything. All you need to do is prevent them from taking it. So if they're taking this fight up here, they're wasting a ton of time while we build ults, and we're just gonna wipe them. If they drop to the point, then they're putting us in a position where we have to do something. And typically that's what you want them to do, because you want that high ground advantage. So if they do drop to the point and you're down here, you know, obviously your team's going to be calling it and you're just going to be doing whatever you can here. Healing, DPSing, whatever you're doing. Usually if you have a Reinhardt or you have whatever tanks you have will usually drop on the point and fight and contest, and you can heal that, you know. Just come in, get a couple sleep darts going, land a couple of E's, you know, everything's pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's if they push far right and they swing through these back halls here. Now, we're going to talk about one more thing about this position, is a super dive comp. So what that's going to be is like a Winston, Genji, and even a Diva sometimes will just fly through here, and they just want to get on you. Now, if you're playing with a couple people up here, do not run into these back halls. If you do that, you're line of sighting your team, and they cannot help you at all. The best thing to do in that situation, if you're playing with a support and a DPS, or even just a DPS up here, anybody in general up here, the best thing you can do is try to land a sleep dart on something, E yourself, and run forward. Because now they're visible to your whole team, and they're visible to your partner that you have up here. So they're going to be able to help you out. Now, let's say you're playing up here alone. Well, if they dive you, right, 3-man dive, go for the dart, press E on yourself when you can, and just drop to the point. Because you want these guys to be visible at all times. You want to be able to say, hey, help me on the point. You know, if you run into back halls and you're like, oh, they're on me, back halls, I need help, your team can't do anything for you. You're dead. You're a free pick. So don't panic. I know, like, the first reaction is, okay, I'm being dove on. I don't want anyone else shooting me in this situation. Let me try to dive behind cover and just deal with what I got here. That's not the move. The move is, okay, I'm being dove on. I don't really care who else is shooting at me. Let me get in the open so that my team can help me and can potentially kill these guys. That's what you want to go for. Now on the right side, I don't really play Ana over here. But if I did, I would play right about here. This way, you know, I can easily, let's say if they push with a Ryan shield here and they drop it for a fire strike, I can just hit that E, land it on him, and then our Reinhardt can engage and just get a pick. That's pretty much what you want to do here, is you just want to play really passive, wait for that shield drop, and just go for that huge anti-heal. And just get that done. Because then your Reinhardt can just push him for free with maybe a Zarya bubble, and you just spam heal him, build your ult, pop it on him, you know, the usual. In this position, if they push far right, you can call it. You can maybe come over here, get a sleep dart on someone, make that an easy pick for your team. Throw an E on them as they're running by. Again, that makes them an easy pick. And if they swing back halls and swing around here, it's just the same fight, just different positions, you know? If they play a dive comp and they come up here and they dive you and you're over here, do not, again, just don't run, just survive as long as you can, land a sleep dart, hit your E when you need to, and just survive and heal your team and do damage. When you're in a situation of survival, depending on who's, like, if my team's around me and they're diving me, I just want to stay alive and I want to keep my team alive as much as possible, because if I'm going to die, I pretty much try to predict my death. Like, okay, there's a Genji on me, you know, who do I have up on my team? Who am I around? Can they deal with the Genji? If yes, then I will be aggressive with the Genji. You know, I won't back out. I won't try to, you know, I'll heal whoever needs to be healed if they need to be healed. But if they don't, then I'm going to take that fight with that Genji and help my team kill him. If I know I'm going to die, I'm going to E myself and just top my team off as much as I can before I go down. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, this point is pretty straightforward for the most part. Just wanted to make a little video about it, help you guys out maybe. And I hope you can put all these tips and positioning areas to use in your games, and you can climb your rating as high as you can, or you can help your team win some matches. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.